My name's Dr. Joanna Rose. I was conceived from anonymous sperm donation in Harley Street in the early 1970s. Well, having a look at the heads of this bill, on the surface of things, it looks like that the identity of the child and the welfare of the child is taken care of. But that really is the surface. As soon as you scratch below the surface, there's all sorts of ways that it's not. Obviously, in the first instance, it being intentionally deprived of knowledge and relationship with a genetic parent is not in the child's best interest for children anyway. But then after that, there's nothing enshrined to say that the child has to be told. So other than the fact that it will be on there, there'll be some information when they apply for their birth certificate, they'll get a little slip to say there's more information if you want it. Some people might not apply for their birth certificates ever, and some people might not do that for a long time, certainly not when they reach 18. So it appears like a child can have access to identifying information at 18, but ultimately they could be lied to about who they're related to and where they come from and not be able to use that right ever. The other obvious loophole in the whole thing is that it's got a section where it says that if the donor's welfare requires it, and welfare is an extremely loose term, then he can withhold or she can withhold identifying information from the child, which, you know, the child or adult person conceived's welfare might very much require knowing the identity of a genetic parent so that they know their own identity. They're intrinsically linked. So it looks like that it prioritises the welfare of the donor above the child, which is wrong. Again, looking at this legislation, there's the idea that if you either provide counselling or provide information or both, they don't even stipulate exactly how much information or how much counselling or what type of counselling. Everything's covered. It's a whitewash, squeaky clean. And the reality of saying to somebody, actually, your genetic parent's a complete stranger to all of us, and you might get to meet them if you're lucky, and you've got numerous siblings in all different families, and you might meet them if you're lucky too, deal with that. It's a lot of complexity to create for the next generation in order to provide the current generation with a child that they want.